Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited. Today's battery prompt is number 88. You solve other people's problems via persuasion, threats, or even murder. Business is good until one of your former clients outs you. Okay, now why would a client out you? Fear of prosecution would be the logical one, I guess. Talking like somebody who's a heavyweight gangster type and is facing life without, maybe even death row, and just decides to squeal and squeal and squeal, and your name comes up along with the dozens of jobs you've done. I mean, this is like one of your top clients, and he just squeals all over you. And crap. Now you personally don't solve problems. You have freelancers, and here is the problem. Um, your freelancers are afraid that you are going to get arrested and you are going to squeal and squeal and squeal on them. Your client didn't take this into account. The feds didn't take this into account, but you know exactly what's going to happen. So you pack up and you start to run, not just from the feds, but from from your contractors and from some of these, I guess, confessions were leaked to various criminals, like the next of kin of some of your targets, people you've messed with who didn't know you were involved in their misfortunes. Well, now you have all kinds of people coming after you, and you're trying to figure out how best to get out of it. And the best thing you can think of is get a bunch of them in one spot, let them do a battle royale, and of course, fake your death. Does it work? This is where I would rely on some random here. Let's go with a random die. Odd, you get away with it. 7. All right, so you fake your own death in some convincing and explosive way. You get away with it, and then, well, here's the thing: you have skills of your own, and you actually manage to fast forward maybe 2 years. This guy gets, witness protection, relocation after he's testified. He's put a number of your contractors away. He actually gets a really sweet deal. He's kicking back in his house with his new wife, kid on the way and everything like that. And you have your sights on him you're looking at him through a high-powered rifle as he's kicking back in his living room, totally unaware, in some, I don't know, subdivision in Arizona. Haha. Yeah, that's how I do it. How would you do it? There's so many different ways you can spin this. Like, what if this was about superpowers and superheroes? I kept this purely fictional, but what if you went there? What if this was mystical? What if you're a solo act? Like, you are a fixer of one. You do all of these jobs by yourself. You don't have any contractors, but all your old jobs come out, and some of your clients want to kill you because they're afraid that you might squeal, and you can't run. You can't fake your death. They want you dead. Others might want you to rip out your secrets. One in particular might just want to save you. And this might be the one you end up having to work for just to survive. There are ways you could spin this story. Keep it in mind. But it's just one prompt out of 200. That's what I like about Batchery. All right. I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. Please check out talesunlimited.net. That's where the daily podcasts are. 2 of them. There's the Batchery Daily prompt and the disturbing thought of the day. Check them out. Also, there are books. Links are on the website. They'll take you straight to Amazon. Books are available as ebook and as print. There's the Batchery series. Think 200 writing prompts and a little wisdom on how to finish that first novel for anyone who may have wasted years of their lives trying to write a novel without a system. Well, Batchery has a system. Follow it through. It'll make you a better writer. More importantly, you can start your business, write books, sell books, make money, build your fan base while you're working on your first novel. That's just a gift that keeps on giving right there. On top of that, there is idea fuel for any storyteller at any level. So if you're just a GM looking for a twisted idea for a Saturday night game, check out Batchery. It's also good for short story writers, comic book writers, game designers, screenwriters, grizzled novelists who've written a ton of books. Fine. Take one idea, spin it to your specs, and run off with it. Who knows where it might take you? Also, there are anthologies. Think New School Twilight Zone. 2 different series. Each book in each series has 25 stories. And one is called Unheroics, about unlikely heroes saving the day. Something like, what if a 13-year-old comic book gaming geek gets his father's suitcase after he comes back from a long, long flight, and his dad grabs the wrong suitcase. This one has a radio in it connected to an interstellar empire where the spy master's like, "Generous Ka, when can we begin the invasion?" And this little kid's realizing that the fate of billions depends upon his ability to lie. Well, he looks at his comic book stuff, his gaming stuff, and he's like, "I've got this." And he starts to bullshit like a master. Unlikely hero. Or schemes, all types of schemes, twisted schemes, funny schemes. Well, what if, those demon eye contacts you put in your eyes? Well, what if somebody was mass producing them to actually enchant on a certain day, say around Halloween, and that anyone who even has them, has even put them on, they stay on and turn you into a demon? What's the worst that could happen? And then there is the novel series that I ultimately wrote. I call it I Villain. It's about this guy named Benjamin Clyde, gentleman fixer, dude in a suit. Pay him enough money and his small army of mercenaries will solve your problems. Wow, this is vaguely familiar. Yeah. Anyway, no, it's not like, it wasn't based off that prompt, by the way. It was based on, I guess you could say, the idea of Sin City with superpowers, that you could have a town so corrupt that City Hall is considered a lesser mob. But anyway, I digress. So this fixer, who has the best mercs in the world, runs afoul of people worse than him. They take his money, his minions, his right to be a criminal, and laughing at his burger gut, they make him fight crime. In the superhuman crime capital of the world, Pillar City, his life expectancy is nothing, and yet he thrives. Why? Because the man had a past that he left behind. A Black Ops super, keyword, super spy past. So as he's using his powers to save the day and then ultimately save the world, he starts a business wherein he's basically killing off the worst villains and taking their stuff. That's his simple business model, because there's a shortage of heroes and he figures there's a market to be had. All right, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and this is Tales Unlimited. See you tomorrow.